bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been about, Christ, it's 20 years since my last confession.
Hi.
How you doing, Zach?
I'm doing great. I feel invigorated and loving life again, thanks to your movie.
Really? Oh my God, thank you so much for saying that.
I love boxing movies. I love New York City. I live here. And I love just all the themes of this movie of, taking that responsibility and putting your best foot forward, despite a lot of people wanting you to not succeed. There's so much that, to dig in. And so much of this movie comes together because of your scenes together. Michael, you're in, the whole movie. But your chapter, like the chapter with Nicolette, tell me a little bit about just, tell me about your dynamic, to start.
Do you want to start?
Sure. We didn't have very much time when we were making the film. We had 20 days to film the whole movie, so it was all very fast and furious. I mean, we met on set. I was coming to just test hair and makeup, and he was shooting, and we met, and thank God, magically, we clicked, Jack had been saying he thought that we were going to really connect, and I think he was right. I mean, we talked a lot on FaceTime, and we'd meet up and we try to just talk about our history together, because I think that that's such an important element to the characters, is how much history, how much love, and how much they've been through. So we tried to sort of catch up as quick as we could. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, working with her was just lovely, and I don't know why it worked, but it seemed to work. I think it's a testament to just you being a professional. There's a moment in the film that I really love that Nicolette has this little nuance in the scene when we're at the pizzeria, and she has this great moment that I really love, where they're talking about their daughter, and she has this moment where she was kind of saying in so many words that she's a single mother raising the daughter, and that she feels that sometimes the daughter blames her for things that happened with me. And that was a nuance that I was like, oh, but I thought was great.
And it's a truly beautiful moment. That whole scene is incredible. Can you talk a little bit as actors? You said what you did about getting together, but tell me the difference between when you're acting, to someone who you haven't had the time with, and you're just acting. We're pretending that we've had a relationship, versus having to take, even if it's just a day or just a lunch in real life, to talk about your characters and get a shorthand that your characters have, but that you might not have even seen each other until the day.
Well, I think it speaks to also just how I think we both loved this film so much, and we both came in really, really wanting to tell this story give it as much justice as we could, and so I think we just we're just ready to dive in.
Also, I mean, Nicolette's a great performer, and I think with any performance, and even athletes, the pros, whatever it is, you use it.
Yeah.
Whatever is, so if you don't know each other and you have to, that's actually the thing that you use to make it seem as though you do. I mean, I wish I could explain that a little bit better.
I think also we just had to let our guards down. We just we had to just surrender to like knowing each other. I think we just, if there was any part of us that was sort of just like timid about, getting to know one another as humans, but also as characters. I mean, I think we just immediately like let our guards down and let that relationship, it felt like we had known each other forever.
It did. It did. And she's a very positive human being. And that was just, it's kind of like a side note. I don't know. Well, no, it really helped me, actually. But just, I guess that would be the preparation. You were always being very positive and telling me to be more positive. And that helped me a lot.
I mean,
I just looked into his eyes and that was the way that it just helped. I don't know.
kind of like we're looking into your eyes right now. Like I could tell I like you.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that.
Well, kind of that emotional accessibility and the willingness to put yourself in that state. I guess that's what makes you actors, and not
well said,
holding it back.
Yes, well said. Yeah.
Like almost every other career in the world is like, we don't care about your emotions or your feelings. And then acting is like, put that immediately forward.
Yes, absolutely.
Speaking of preparation, Michael, I mean, you've always been a fit guy, but
have I?
I mean, have you? And
Not really.
Did you have to get like absolutely shredded for this role? And was that a pain in the ass?
Well, I have some great friends who are boxers and great friends who are trainers on the East Coast and also on the West Coast. We didn't, as far as like my physicality, we trained as a boxer. We didn't train for vanity. We didn't train to make my abs look good. None of that happened.
I mean, they do look good though.
Oh, thanks. I'll take it.
Did well.
I'll take it. But we trained. It wasn't like a sort of comic book caricature of the physique, because actually that can make you less agile and less nimble in the gym, and so we in the ring rather. So we just trained as a boxer. I just trained as a boxer. I sparred a lot. I had a lot of friends who were really hard on me.
This is a New York City story, and it's timeless in a way with the black and white and with the I mean, I noticed kind of the old Taxi at the end, and the tube TV, so it's got this timelessness to it that is so important. And I think boxing movies and New York City movies have this timelessness to them. And I think honestly your physique and training plays into that. You look like Brando. You look like the barrel-chested fighter.
Oh, thanks.
Can you tell me a little bit about, does the acting change when it's in a black and white, and B, super realistic but also urban fantasy kind of version of reality?
Yeah, that's probably more of a question for Jack. Unfortunately, I mean, I love the fact that it's black and white. I'm not sure if it changed much on our end.
Yeah. I think the black and white just enhanced the experience of it in post, but for us, we were just so locked into this world. It was just about grounding it as deeply as possible and getting the grit and the honesty of the situation.
I'm a New Yorker too, and it's great to work in New York and to work. It's rare and it's great.
And Nicolette, you are well known on stage and screen. Was there any, when your character is a singer, Was there any kind of like, oh, of course I'm going to be singing, because that's what I'm known for? Or was that already baked in? Is that part of why you were brought on? How did that play into it?
I think it helped that I sing. I think Jack really wanted this this character to have the musical element to her. But no, I mean, I the way I approach, it's rare when you get to, be in something that is this, grounded in just like reality and humanity, and you add the music element. It can often be done in maybe like a corny way. And I think that Jack really made this just feel like it wasn't that. It just felt like it fit the moment, and it hopefully brought some emotion through in a way that you couldn't have gotten without the music. I mean, for me, it's just another layer of being able to access all of the emotion that fits into this film. I mean, there's so many like intense emotions that we have to go through within this film that I think it was a lovely surprise, but it's never expected for me. I'm just trying to like be as honest as I can. Yeah.
I mean,
it's something. Do a little. She has the voice of an angel.
Oh,
absolutely. I mean, we hear it in the movie, and it fits right in alongside, Rod Rodriguez and Magnetic Fields and Joe Pesci. I mean,
come on. Yeah.
So many people don't know about his long history, but like, and the fact that you fit just alongside in such a natural way is incredible.
Thank you.
So I live, I said I live in New York City. I actually live in Far Rockaway. I live literally a 1-minute walk away from where you shot Boardwalk Empire.
Really?
I moved in right when the sets were being torn down, so I had like one day where I got to take pictures of everything.
That was an amazing moment in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And it really kickstarted a lot of jobs in New York, which is great. I mean, that whole production just, now there's, the studios, and at the time, I think that was the biggest set ever built on the East Coast. When we started. But now there's so many productions.
Yeah, but my house, actually, my beach bungalow was in the show.
Really? Was
in
it?
like the first episode, it's like the house. Forgive me, I can't remember the actress's name now, but Buscemi's eventual romantic lead.
Yes, I was over there. That's where you live? That's such a cool area.
That's exactly where I live.
Yeah, that's such a really cool. Yeah, that's a cool area. I've been over there.
Well, thank you so much letting me pick your brain about this fantastic movie. I hope my favorite thing about this job is getting to spread the word on movies that don't have, the superhero marketing budget, and I'm going to do what I can.
Oh, please do.
I loved it
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
I'm sorry I didn't give you more. Just remember the good.